everybody. Thanks for stopping by my channel today. What we're going to talk about today, this is another Rusty Gold video. What I've been trying to address in the Rusty Gold series is many of the questions that we get on our social media channels, and I decided to make some videos answering some of those questions. And one of the questions I get all the time is how do I date items, or what's the date of items? And I'm going to talk about Bridgeport hatchets today. I get a lot of questions about them. Some of them come marked Boy Scout. There's even a Bridgeport Girl Scout hatchet, and then there's the plain Bridgeports, which are basically just a standard hardware version of the Bridgeport. So I have a couple of the versions here today I'm going to show you on this video, and we'll talk a little bit about the dates. You know, it's just one of those questions we get all the time, and so I thought I'd talk about it. So the first one's up is many times you'll see the black Bridgeport with the wood handles. Those came out in the early 30s, and they ran all the way until the mid 50s. The black ones did. There was a couple different versions of the black one. The version I have here is like the late 40s to mid 50s version. The earlier version, the 30s to the 40s version, has a flat pole. Okay, this one does not. This has a rounded pole. And then the Boy Scout one, I have a bunch of these in the Boy Scout. I didn't bring one today. I do have a couple Boy Scouts with me, but the Boy Scout one would have the Boy Scout logo right here, obviously. But it's the identical hatch. It just has the Boy Scout logo on it. But yes, so this is a late 40s to mid 50s version of the Bridgeport right here. And it's like I said, the earlier version had a flat pole on it, but it looked very similar to this. The second one is the green. So they went to the green version, wood scale still. There are some other identifiers with these, especially on the black. I think some of the red paint is a little different or something on the black ones, but we won't get too far in the weeds on that. But this is the green one. These ran from the mid to late 50s. Okay, as you can see, this is a Boy Scout version right there. They did have, from the factory, some yellow paint in the lettering, in the logo, to make it stand out. You can see this one's worn off, but this one's all cleaned up. I'm actually working on a sheath and a belt hanger for this one, so this one will be in our Etsy shop here before long. But so this is mid to late 50s, all right? And then you had the red. So you go to the red. All right, you see that red, and it's got they call it neoprene, but this is really just rubber. It's not what I would call neoprene, and you can see the yellow paint in the lettering there. And so these were late 50s into the mid 60s, this version here, okay? And you can see, I mean, they're all steel construction, and I mean, they lasted. This one was used, obviously. You can see the markings and all, and it's lasted from, at least the 60s. So they held up pretty good. And then they went to yellow, and the yellow is, 65 to 67 date range. Okay, and you can see this one is also a Boy Scout logo. And you can see they kind of changed the Boy Scout logo on this, okay? Now, they did make a red version just like this in the same time frame. So there are some red ones that you're going to find in that time frame. And I happen to have one of those right here. So you can see the logo's a little different. And it's on the opposite side of the head. So there's that. And then there's that one, okay? So this is a 65 to 67 date range, and this one is the 58 to 64 date range, okay? And you can see the difference. They're pretty much exactly the same. They just changed the logo. And I think the paint on the later ones is probably not as nice of a paint, because very rarely do we ever find, most of the time when we find the yellow one is in really rough shape usually. And this one here is not bad. This is one of the better yellow ones we've ever found. Most of the time we find the yellow ones and they're really in bad shape, and we usually don't mess with them because they're just it's too much work. You're not getting a payoff, and these rubber handles are hard to replace. And we try to leave them intact. So, you know, that's one of the things we like to leave things intact. We don't want to destroy the tool just to, you know, maybe to replace the handles or something. But we find these all the time, these Bridgeport hatchets, and people like them. They're solid. Like I said, they're very solid construction. I mean, I do have some of the 30s to 40s versions at the house. I did not grab those. I didn't figure it was necessary since I had one of the black ones already. But the major difference was the flat pole on the black ones. But again, you know, it's one of the questions I get. People want to know, hey, I found this hatchet. What's the date range? Or can you date it for me? And there's a lot of information out there if you want to go out there on the interwebs and look for yourself. I mean, the information's out there. I mean, we've been doing this a very long time, and we've done a lot of research on them. There's some guys out there that post stuff, and you know, my information might not be dead on the nuts 100% correct, but I'm in the ballpark on it. There's some guys out there post stuff that's totally inaccurate, and then there's a couple guys that post some really accurate stuff. But this is really the first time I've ever posted anything about dates. Usually people message me, and I just message them back and say, hey, I think it's a 60s or 50s or whatever. And then, but this will give you some idea. And again, it's, you know, these videos in the Rusty Gold series, I'm trying to address, you know, social media questions. And this is one of the questions I get, you know, what's the date of my hatchet? And so there you go. We do have a few of these for sale in our Etsy shop. If you want to check it out, the link to our Etsy store will be in the description of the video. And I really appreciate everybody stopping by, taking the time, watching my video. And if you like the video, please comment down below, like, share, and subscribe. And we will see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.